In this video, I'm going to go over the things you do not do as an Uber Eats driver. These are some of the best tips I can give you from my experience being an Uber Eats driver. Welcome back. My name is Caleb Oliver and welcome to my YouTube channel. Alright, let's get started. First we have number one. Number one here is do not get lost. So, be sure to verify the address as you arrive to your destination. Some houses, even in the nice neighborhoods, do not have their address listed. And this is especially frustrating when you are doing Uber Eats late at night, just like I was doing. And it was crazy because I'd be driving through even some nice neighborhoods in Long Island, and I pull up and it's like, well, which house is it? Is it this one, this one, this one? I had to call up and have them come out and say, oh, it's the house with the red awning and the green Jeep. Then I can kind of figure it out. But it's like, come on people, list your house. So be sure you do not get lost that way. Also, you want to be sure to find an alternate route to the house if necessary. This is what I had to do when I was an Uber Eats driver back in 2018. I remember trying to get to someone's house really late at night, and when I got near the location, the route was blocked due to construction. After struggling and driving in circles a few times because it was just difficult to navigate the area, my GPS finally figured out how to get to that person's house, and I was able to make the delivery. Also, there was another time I was driving, it was late at night, and it was like through an industrial area. It was a place where a lot of trucks were parked, and the roads were very rough, and it was like dark back there, and I had to drive through this area in order to get to someone's house. And I was thinking to myself, you know, it would be really bad if my car broke down back here. I was far away from home, it was dark, it was late at night, so you really just got to be careful and really be sure that you do not get lost when driving Uber Eats. And now we have number two. And number two here is do not forget the drink. When you accept an order with Uber Eats, be sure to double check it to see if the person ordered a drink with their meal. And also be sure to check with the restaurant when you arrive to make sure that the order is complete when they give you the food. It's very easy to grab the food in a restaurant and leave without remembering to take the drink with you. Also, sometimes the drink does not show up in the app, possibly because the drink was ordered after the initial order was submitted. So be sure not to forget the drink because you don't want to make the customer angry. This may lead to you getting a negative review, which can potentially lead to getting less business in the future. So be careful of that. And now we have number three. And number three here is do not wait in line. If you are new to driving with Uber Eats, you may not know that you can skip the line to get the food for your delivery. You can go right to the front of the line, say you're an Uber Eats driver, and they will give you the food to deliver. And some restaurants even have an Uber Eats driver line, so you do not have to wait behind the long line of regular customers. So for example, when I used to drive for Uber Eats, there was a McDonald's in Long Island that I would go to often, and it would get a lot of deliveries. So while the main drive-through line had like 5, 10, 15 cars in it going all the way around, there was like an unofficial Uber Eats line right next to it with just 1 or 2 or 3 Uber Eats drivers, and we would pull up there. And the McDonald's employee, once they were done with the person in the main line, they would look over to us, ask us the Uber Eats number, we would yell it out, and then they would give us the food and we'd be able to go. And that would save us time because instead of waiting on that line of 5 or 10 people, we just wait there for a minute, call out our number, and then go. So that was very helpful. And when you do this enough in one night or, consistently, they start to know you and they start to look up. They kind of even start to give you a little bit of preference. They look up, okay, Uber Eats, alright, hey. So that will really help you out. And now we have number 4. And number 4 here is do not park illegally. It may be tempting, but do not park illegally because you can get a ticket. and the cost of this ticket can negate your earnings for the entire day. And this is just simply not worth it. For example, one night I parked next to a meter, and then I did not pay because, I thought this was going to be a quick trip. I'm just going to run in here, I'm going to get the wings, and I'm going to come out. I thought it was going to be quick. It was a Buffalo Wild Wings I was at. But when I was inside, it just took so long. I don't know what they were doing. They were getting other people's order. My order wasn't ready. And I was in there for like 20, 25 minutes. And I tried to like peek through the door and see if my car was okay, but based on the angle, I couldn't see it. And once they finally gave me my order, I left, I crossed the street, and I see on my car a ticket. I opened it up, it was $50. Now $50, like, whatever, there are more expensive tickets. But I only earned like $60 that night, so that pretty much negated my entire earnings. So you really want to avoid tickets because it's just a big downer. And also it just, hurts your earnings for the day. So be sure to park legally. And now we have number 5. And number 5 here is, do not choose the wrong neighborhood. You need to choose the best neighborhood to deliver food as an Uber Eats driver. It is best to choose a city area to get food and be able to deliver it quickly. If you do not do this, you may be wasting your time. Also, as a side note, you should consider using a bike. That way you don't have to worry about parking and or burning gas. These are 2 things that I did not and or could not do because I worked in Long Island. So let me tell you my story. So when I used to do Uber Eats, I used to do it after my main shift at my main job, which was 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. So by the time I got on the road, it was about 9 p.m. And I live in Queens, New York. So in the area I'm located, there was not a lot of business at night. So I had to go out to Long Island, about 20, 25 minutes away. And there was more business there, which was good. But the downside to that was because there was so much space, spaced out, it wasn't densely packed city, it was spaced out, it took long to do a delivery. In the time it took me to get the notification of the delivery, then pick up the food, then find the house and drop it off, and then get my next delivery, that was like an hour's time. So I was only really averaging maybe 1 in a good hour, maybe 2 deliveries an hour, so that wasn't really best. I've heard other drivers who, were doing it in the city, and as I mentioned, they had a bike, and they were really doing it, and they made a lot of money more quickly. So for them, it worked out well, but for me, not so much. So for this reason, be sure you pick the proper neighborhood where you will be able to make the most money possible. I just want to say, if you're getting any value out of this video, just click the like button down below. Also, click subscribe and turn on the notification bell. That way, you'll be notified the moment I post my next video. Also, leave a comment down below with the phrase #Uber Eats because that's what this video is about today, being an Uber Eats driver. And we're also going to do a question of the day today. The question of the day is, what questions do you have about driving for Uber Eats? There may be some things I haven't answered in this video, or there may be some things you're interested about, so let me know, and I'll do my best to get back to you in the comment section. Overall, it is important for you to remember the things you should not do as an Uber Eats driver. From not getting lost, to not choosing the wrong neighborhood, be sure you remember these tips so that way you will have a smooth experience as a driver for Uber Eats. If you enjoy the tips in these videos, you can click my video right over here entitled Do Not Drive for Uber Eats. And also click my face over here to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.